This one blew me away. Not that one.
Which one?
Oh, did I not send this story to you?
Oh.
Hold on. Show me the other ones. Yeah, this one.
Oh, okay.
Just we have them. Some airlines are introducing flights to nowhere. I just love that headline. A flight to nowhere.
Yeah.
Sounds so mysterious. Where do I go? That's what you said. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Apparently, people miss flying, and airlines miss people. Well, that's pretty obvious. Those people, they bring the revenue. Mm-hmm. In Singapore, they are talking about the idea of potentially having some sort of sightseeing flights that give you the flight or vacation experience without having gone anywhere. And of course, this has to do with the lockdown and the inability to freely travel throughout nations, as one could have done prior to 2020. This lets you have a getaway without going anywhere. You'll fly around for a couple hours and land back home.
The sightseeing is fine. That's kind of cool.
Go on.
What, you're gonna have to do the airline thing, like waiting in line, checking in, and all that stuff. It's sightseeing though.
Here are some quotes from would-be participants of these flights to nowhere. I think it's a great idea, and I'd be willing to go. Singapore is an island, and I am used to traveling, so I definitely miss flying. I would pay, mainly because I miss traveling. The whole process of checking in, the airplane food, and of course, the flight attendant's warmth and smiles. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely is weird, but I kind of get it. People are lonely, man. They're used to feeling a sense of freedom and an ability to get up and get around and go on road trips. And I guess they can still do that. But get up in the air. A lot of people, they spend a lot of time in the air and they can't do it anymore. And definitely the airlines are looking for a way to interact with these customers. Definitely these airlines need a way to put people in seats. Mm-hmm. And they don't have too many options at the moment. So actually, it's not exclusive to Singapore. Apparently, similar things have been taking place elsewhere in Asia. In August, a Japanese carrier flew a 90-minute scenic flight on one of its flying Honolulu Airbus A380s. These would typically go between Japan and Honolulu, but instead, since they can't do that at the moment, or they're doing it to a lesser extent, I presume, they're trying to give a Hawaiian resort-style experience to the airport and on board the plane. So you kind of feel like maybe you went to Honolulu. However, what you really do is you just fly over some various islands that are nearby.
Listen, airlines, they got to do what they got to do, right? If they want to make it an adventure, but also get some money, they just got to do it.
It's hard to imagine what you would charge for that. I mean, the person hasn't gone anywhere. They've gone up and come back. There's no utility to it at all. You can't charge you can't charge what it would cost to go to Honolulu.
No.
So what is it, 50% of the price? It's such a weird thing to figure out because it's just really, truly a day trip now.
Yep.
Would you ever consider doing this? Flight to nowhere, will he do?
Probably not.
I mean, you could say
maybe in Japan.
You could say I did a flight to nowhere.
You could say that, but I don't want to check in. That's a lot of work.
I know. Oh. I know. It's pretty wild. But anyway, you guys let me know down in the comments if you're currently bored enough or lonely enough or you just love flying enough that you would consider a flight to nowhere type of experience.
Would you?
Well, I will say another airline listed here who's considering the idea, EVA. They are the Taiwanese airline. I flew with them last time I was in Taipei, and it was a great experience. Now, that was a first-class experience, but the hospitality was amazing. The food was good for an airplane, and I was very relaxed. And so I'm kind of in between.
Okay.
I can sort of see it. If they could give you the first class experience at a real budget price because they're not flying anywhere anyways, and you go up there and it's a hot towel and you're just watching some movies. I don't know, man. I don't have a lot of time to relax. And when I used to take flights, it was one of the few times you're sort of turn off. You're kind of
Yeah. I guess you don't have to get your bags or anything, right?
no bags.
Yeah.
Interesting. Lighter plane, cheaper price,
Yeah.
less fuel. I don't know what we're talking about. This is insane. Flights to nowhere.